So I just got back from a baseball game where we got rained on pretty good, and I'm going to give my assessment of the original pod. I've had this pod for about a month now, and it works fabulously for the wind and the cold. I absolutely love it. It keeps me toasty warm while everybody else is in coats and blankets, but today it was really tested with the rain, and I noticed some design flaws. Please forgive the sunflower seeds in the bottom, but there were some design flaws that I noticed today that really hinder its helpfulness in the rain. And that is on the outside here, you see that there is a seam about halfway down, right where the windows are. The windows take up half of the side, and this seam, actually the same seam, is actually still also in the door. You can see there, but the seam is upside down. I don't know if it's like this in all of them or if it was just my luck of the draw, but the outside of the pod, the seam is on the top, so it catches the water, and then when this seam catches the water, then you go inside and it leaks underneath here. So the seam should really be opposite. The over the top flap of the seam should be on the outside, not the inside. Therefore, it was leaking in and getting my stuff wet that I had on the floor next to the wall. That's flaw number one. Flaw number two is how the ceiling is built. Now, luckily, I didn't get wet. I was sitting in a chair, and I personally did not get wet, but I filled up with water at the bottom because you see that these channels here, these channels from the roof, well, the water gets caught right here, and then it leaks inside right here and starts pouring down to the floor. I have since poured out the water, but I had a huge puddle here, I had a huge puddle here, and I believe there was some on the back, not to mention the ones from the seam. So although this weather, the weather pod is great for the wind and the cold, it really needs to have some updates to make it better for the actual rain. Otherwise, you're going to get your stuff wet. Like I said, I stayed dry, but anything that I had on the ground was getting, or against the wall, was getting wet because of these design flaws. So that is my review of the weather pod. I hope it helps some of you, and hopefully they fix it. Thanks.